So I just wanted to get you guys on the line because I think you guys have got a fantastic and truly inspiring journey, even at such a crazy young age, at the age of 19. And you've got these huge ambitions and these huge goals, and you're taking Herculean action towards making that ambition happen. So I just wanted to talk to you about your mindset and your mentality about that. So just tell us a bit about yourselves.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Just,
Can I start, mate?
Introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah. Okay. So so like, you know, we are twins. Fighting really comes natural to us. So like, even before we started any martial arts, we beat each other with wooden swords and like beat each other up. You know, watching the movies, like war movies and everything. So yeah, the sport was pretty natural for us, of course. So the whole mindset starts with like, you know, doing your passion, what you enjoying, like, and then of course you need discipline to move forward toward your goal. And the whole story is, of course, we started karate, and then we, of course, would wanted to be like a professional fighters. And karate is not that much of a professional fighting sport; it's more like a martial art. So we started like K1 and kickboxing, and because in Hungary the economics is kind of shit. And training is kind of shit, so it's like it doesn't really have such big support as here in England. So like, you know, we figured we are pretty young, we know what we want to do, we know what our biggest dream is, so we might as well go for it, you know, and move to a different country completely alone. So like it's a great experience, even, you know, if you look at it from a different side. So if we don't even consider the whole dream stuff, it's a real great experience just to, you know, move to a different country and like experience everything. But the real goal is, you know, for us to become the best we can get. So we're champions, hopefully. Yeah, the story definitely is like, if we are looking at, you know, the England moving story, the original plan was, so I was in a 4th year school in middle school, and my brother was in a 5-year school in middle school. So I ended earlier, you know. So I did like 2 months of university in Hungary, but I didn't really like it, and I knew that my goal is different, and I need to do that like at a young age and in another country. So the university won't really have any future in my life. I only did it because my father and my family, you know. So I quit it, and then the original plan was that we will move to the Netherlands, and in order to get the money for moving to the Netherlands, I wanted to go, you know, to England to collect the money. Yeah, to gather up the money. Yeah, working in Butlins, you know, cleaning. That's why I originally moved to England. I worked at Butlins. I hope everybody who is watching, and even you then, knows Butlins probably, because yeah, England people usually do. As I heard, it's like the English Disney. Well, it's not that big, but yeah, of course. So
That's a very nice way to describe Butlins.
Yeah. So I started working there, collecting money, like as a cleaner, so not a big thing, but sounds good, you know, in order, you know, to become a good fighter. Don't joke, like cleaning toilets is the coolest shit ever. Yeah, if the frame is right, it's the coolest shit ever. So, yep, and then I just realized, you know, that the Netherlands plan is it's quite risky. Yeah, it's riskier than England. Won't be. It's not really possible, because if I would have moved, you know, to the Netherlands, it's a language I don't speak. Of course, a lot of people speak English in the Netherlands, but it's not the same like if the people's mother language is English, of course. So yeah, different language. In my age, my salary would have been very shit, and the Netherlands is a much more expensive country than England, except maybe London. Yeah. So it probably would have been impossible for me to train and work in the same time. Yeah, both of us, yeah. And yeah, of course, my brother would have come there too. So I just realized that there are very, very famous and very good gym here in England, in Leeds, where I am now. And I wanted to try that out before going out to the 3-month training camp in the Netherlands. But what was the eventual plan? Yeah, what was the eventual plan? So I wanted to try out before I jump into the risky stuff, the riskier stuff, because this was pretty risky too. So I did that. I collected the money at Butlins and moved here. And maybe I wanted to stay here for a month to try it out. But till when I get here in Leeds, I already knew that I probably
biggest day here, and I tried the gym. I loved it a lot, and I met you guys, so I got friends already now. So it's very cool. Yeah, it was risky, but now I love it here in Leeds, and I love the journey, and we will continue on. We are at a very high level and high quality gym right now,
They're
getting in the work.
one of
Yeah,
the best in the world, really. So yeah, I think you asked us about the mindset. So
Yeah,
uh, I think the biggest thing with the mindset is that you know people usually go for safety. I think that nothing is really safe. So like even working in a job is not really safe. So you can be really calm with thinking like that. So like you are taking risks with every decision you do in life. So why not take risks in the direction you really want to go in? So like, yeah, our plan to become a professional fighter is really, really risky. Of course, I'm not, I would lie if I'd say that sometimes I'm not scared that it won't going to, work out. But like the amount of good things that come with even the journey, like everyday training, like knowing lots of good people, moving to a different country, it's all because of that goal, and because we decided that we are going to do this, and we prove ourselves right every time, and we take risks in a direction where I think it's worth it.
the main mindset is why I really started it is I think as my brother said that in life eventually you need to at some point eat some shit.
Yeah.
But
So why not eat shit for
yeah,
a thing that
so
worth it?
you can decide if you want to eat shit because the thing what you are really want and it's your dream, or eat shit while you are not doing anything what you really want and just being in a 9 to 5 rat race
Yeah.
and dying inside. But the bad shit, the I don't know, like a parent dies or something, yeah, anything can come and will come.
So bad things will happen
It just
nonetheless.
depends if you are beside that you are doing what you really want. So I think it sounds risky, but you are really thinking about it. It's the
It's not that
only
risky. It's the
yeah,
only sane thing
it's
to
the
do.
only right way for me at least.
Yeah.
So I will always
absolutely.
yeah.
So just backing up a step on there, when you was training back in Hungary, you were both fighting from a really young age, just fighting together like how brothers fight anyway. And
Yeah.
then you started to do professional karate and leveled up to kickboxing afterwards. At what point did you realise that you was hitting a plateau, reaching a glass ceiling with your training back in Hungary, and you needed to seek another mentor out that can push you even further towards championship levels?
Yes, like
Good question.
that's a really good question, by the way. So like when we decided, we were 16 years old when we clearly decided that don't care about anything else. We really want to do this, and we really want to make a shot at it. Becoming a real professional fighter and like becoming a world champion in kickboxing. So like we were 16 when we decided that. After that, uh, basically we knew instantly that if we want to become world class fighters, we need to go to a world class place. So it was around 16 as well that we decided that we will move to a different country, because in Hungary there were no world class gyms. So it's a really difficult beginning. So I'd say that here in Leeds, it's a different country, but still lots of things are easier, because in Hungary mentally it was really tough. That I knew and my brother knew that however much we can, however much work we can put in training and stuff, um, is just not world class level. The gym is just, and the teachers and the coaches are just not world class level. I don't want to, say anything bad about our coaches back in Hungary, because they did whatever they could. But it's like just not, they are not that connected. Fighting sports doesn't really have that much of a culture back there in Hungary. So like instantly at the age of 16, we knew that if we really want to take it seriously, we need to travel to a different country.
Yeah, 16 probably, I would say too.
Yeah, so tell us about your current mentor. How did you reach out to him in the first place?
Yeah, that was you first. How did you reach out to that company first?
Oh yeah. So it it was a funny thing because when I arrived in Skegness at Butlins, uh, I knew that there is a gym there too. I didn't knew how good it is, and I found out that boxing was really good over there, but I don't want to be a boxer. You know, it's like I want to be a basketball player, and I only find a football gym. You know,
Yeah,
so
so that's
it's
like not the best.
so it's not the best, but it's okay. And
Yeah.
kickboxing was really shit there, and I was kind of freaking out that I'm gonna be probably here as original plan for 8 months, and I can't get quality training in. So I immediately started, you know, like searching for other gyms and searching how to get here to Leeds immediately and to collect the money and everything.
Because this
And
gym, we already knew about this gym even before Matt came to England. So it's like a world famous gym, one of the best gyms in the world.
yeah, so I've been following on Instagram like them and the famous fighters over there. And I wrote to the not to the coach, but a guy called Liam Harrison. He's an 8-time world champion.
Anybody who's fighting knows his name.
He's the best guy like probably one of the best guys in the gym, but definitely the most famous one. So I wrote to him like, "Hey mate, my dream is really to train with you and the guys at that company, but right now I don't have because I didn't even have an NI number yet, like a national insurance number, and usually jobs needing that. So is it possible if I move here that I may clean maybe the gym for a little bit of salary in order to eat and then train there? Is it possible or not?" So that was my first message to Liam. Of course, sounded crazy and ambitious. So Liam just said that he's spoken to Richard, to the boss man. He's the real coach, and he said
He's
that
a head coach.
yeah. If we come, we can train for free. And I was very shocked, you know, because like he's an 8-time world champion and everything. I'm a nobody, and he's just like this kind.
Yes, like I mean,
it was very, very hard, very good. Like I was shocked, mate. I was shocked.
Yes, like I think you can instantly see that these guys are mentor material, because like someone who is like at such a high level, and they are not putting others down but pulling them right up. It's like it was a great experience right there and then.
Absolutely, because becoming the best at what you do, one of the greatest things that you can possibly do in order to achieve that is to find the right mentor. That person that's the biggest game changer that you can in any profession. And it's the same with me with my hypnosis work. I did a 10-month diploma to start off with, and towards the end of that, I was still wondering, am I capable of hypnotizing a person? Am I capable of working with somebody's anxiety or whatever issue the person has? And then I met my current mentor. He came to me. It was just like it was like he was meant to walk into my life at that point. He demonstrated to me in less than 2 minutes exactly what I needed to learn in that entire 10 months I did in that diploma. So I started learning with him, and my skill set just went upwards, like
skyrocketed.
I think how you can like find a good mentor, what you need to look about them is that if they are into the money business, or are they really passionate about teaching and about the craft, and they don't really think about the money and the business. Yeah, of course they are thinking about it, because they need to think about it a little bit, but the main reason is passion and teaching.
Yeah, but absolutely. Some professionals, some mentors, some teachers, they're purely in it for the money. And if you can see that from a mile away. If they're in it for the money, then the training it generally tends to be substandard, and not get you to the level where you need to be. Yeah, and with your 8-time world champion kickboxing mentor, he's clearly passionate about teaching the right people to become champions themselves, especially with offering to take care of you over in England and train at his gym for free. That shows a lot of dedication from you two and from him as well. Did you also have to show him some video footage of you performing beforehand?
Well, not really. You know, my idea was like, of course, anybody can go and train. Like, not anybody, but you know, if you go into training and you show what you're capable of, then they can decide if you only had a big mouth, or you are really capable and you are really into the sport. So my idea was like, okay, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna show why am I want to be the
You
best
know,
and why am I capable.
you know, a reason why this stuff wouldn't work is because there are lots of, you know, internet ninjas even up in Instagram. So people who do really cool kicks and their back work look like fire, you know, and still they don't even have a record of a real fight. So that's like, you can only prove when you fight. You can only prove when you are front of the people you want to prove yourself to. So like, there is no other way really in fighting.
Yeah, too much keyboard warriors
Yeah,
and these
Yeah,
guys that they could talk big. They can do some like really cool spins, some cool kicks, some real flashy stuff. But when it comes to the
yeah,
foundations and being able to spar and being able to block and that the whole basic
yeah,
footwork,
true, man.
yeah,
basics,
different.
yeah,
Like if you
it can
think
just like
about it,
completely go
like
to shit.
marketing and skill in a edit craft is two different things. If you
Yeah.
have got skill,
Bassam pillanattal. Most mi történt? Geci pedig ez kurva.
So where we were. So we were talking about mentors just then and how finding the right mentor is pivotal to being successful. That is a fact. Finding somebody
Yeah.
who is at the place that you want to be, have them educate you and show you exactly the steps that you need to take in order to achieve the same success that they had. And you've chosen a mentor who is an 8-time world champion. Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, but if you think about it, like, this gym is like golden mine. So if I could tell you, so there are a very good coach called Richard Smith. He's, I think,
Like he's the real mentor. So like
yeah.
this guy, the 8-time world champion, Liam Harrison, he's a student of Richard as well.
So he's being trained by
so he's a
Richard Smith.
trainee as well, you know. So like, of course, these guys, all of these guys could be called mentors because they have such huge knowledge, you know. So it's like a great place because it's really a nest of mentors. So you know, like the guy who arranged our first fight here in England, Andy Howson, he's like a many times world champion as well.
5, I think.
Yeah, and he trained us for the fight, you know, the whole time and stuff like that. So yeah, there are many people like that here. You know,
We got Joe Craven there. He's the UK #1, and I think
Yeah.
6th on the list on the world.
yeah, on the world list, you know, in Thai boxing. So yeah, I completely agree with you. You need a good mentor.
And like good, if like how the saying, you know, if you know people who are like good, good and like I don't know how to say it. You know the saying. That's good one, but
Yeah, so you know, you gotta surround yourself with people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are people. If you want to be better, you gotta surround yourself with people who are better at the thing you want to get good at.
Yeah. And that, by the sounds of it, you sound like you've got a lot. There's many champions in this one gym
Yeah,
you're working with. And all of these champions, they are most likely going to have different styles, different mentalities, different approaches to how they approach their fights. And you're learning from all these different champions who are mentors in their own right to you. So you've got a wealth of skill set and expertise that you are learning from.
yeah, that's completely true. So it's like it's really the greatest thing if you want to get ahead, because like they even hold, you know, private trainings and stuff like that. So that's like knowledge double down. So there is only us and that guy who's like, I don't know how many times we're champion, you know, depends who we are talking about, who the exact person we are talking about in the gym. So like, yeah, we can take private trainings from all of them. And it's like if you could, like, you know, see fighting with their eyes because they're explaining to you, the exact techniques they like, they are making you do the combinations they would do. So like the little details they are really listening to. They tell you that, while private training. So not only regular training is really good, but private trainings are diamonds as well.
And we can do that. Yeah.
Amazing. So as well as coming to England to train here with all these world champions, the lifestyle change from moving countries must have a huge impact on your state of mind. How are you finding adjusting to living in England?
Yeah, well, it's a very good question then, because when I moved to England is like from a child to an adult, Because before that, in Hungary, I've been living with my parents. I didn't even know how to cook. I never had a real job. And from this, because of a goal, just by a millisecond, go out, live alone to another country, another language, cook yourself, get a job, do everything.
So it was like a sucker punch.
I had to have very big balls for that. So I was fucking scared, when I stood there at the airport and like, bye ma, bye pa, okay, I'm gonna go now, okay, we'll see sometimes each other. And so I get it up on the plane, and my strongest feeling was like, okay, I'm scared to shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're just properly fogged.
But of course, if I'm looking at myself like 7 months ago, because it's I'm here now in England for 7 months now, and that Matt, who I've been there, is like a child, and I can definitely say that I'm an adult now. So my mindset, my confidence, my capability to solve problems, way of thinking, positivity.
And plus, a different thing, I didn't have to fight with that myself because, I haven't been out here for such a long time as him. So he had to fight even with being alone. So that's like, I kind of had it easy compared to Matt. Because like, I was already, you should understand, I was already in high school when he was in England. So like, because I had plus 1 year in high school because I was on a 5-year term.
Middle school,
not high school, middle school, secondary school, So I did 5 years, so I still needed to do my final examinations, so I still needed to finish secondary school. And Matt went out completely alone. So like, I'm kind of alone here as well, but at least I have Matt. So like, I already came out to my brother, but like, he needed to handle being alone and like completely alone in a new country.
So I left the twin, I left the parents, I left the girlfriend, I left the home. And
so basically everything, burning all
from
bridges.
nothing, I had to survive in this country, and I won't lie, there were fucking dark days and dark nights when I
low points.
I was fucking
definitely.
lonely, but at the end of the day, I'm fucking thankful that I did it, and I would never change anything about the journey so far, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's what I feel right now.
Absolutely. So settling into Leeds, which is completely worlds apart from where you're from, you seem to you've adjusted well into living in Leeds.
So like the first thing that really caught my eye was so you gotta understand it's different out here west. So like like more eastern countries, for example, like Hungary, we come from from socialism and communism and stuff like that. So it's still, of course, it's still a little bit like a conservative country, like more conservative than any Western country. So like the stuff here, the open-mindedness and like, just walking around and like beat hits me in my face, so like that was completely new to me.
Yeah, for me, like when I was in Butlins, and I fucking love this in English people. Like when I first saw 40 and 30-year-old guys like partying, I was like, wow, they know how to party, mate.
Whoa, so like
they know how to party.
So everybody's really cool, really open-minded. That was like culture shock to me, so like back at Hungary, of course, I love Hungary. I love Hungarian people, but still, many people are like really a little more for themselves, so a little more grumpy and stuff. Here in England, it was a culture shock. And another stuff is, with open-mindedness, that really England is really, really accepting with cultures and sexualities and stuff like that.
As far as I know now.
As far as I've experienced. So like I think that's a really, really positive thing. Really, really positive.
Like I never felt like any kind of
outsider
discrimination or anything.
I never felt like an outsider yet. So like, really, everybody's kind and everybody's nice.
Yeah, and just getting to know you two guys, it's been great getting to know you two, because you two being so young and being so ambitious. That's the kind of people that I want to invite into my social circle. I'm selective with who I let in, because the kind of people I want to associate myself with is people who've got a growth mindset, people that have already learned how to learn, and they are fearless and they are ambitious and they are stopping at nothing in order to achieve that. And having that in my social circle, it holds me to account, it inspires me, and it drives me to achieve my ambitious goals too. Because you know how they say that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang about with the most.
Yeah, exactly what we say. Yeah, with surrounding yourself. Yeah, that's definitely true. So I mean, I'm thinking the same way. So I came here, I got to know you, I got to know Matt, who anybody who Matt knows, here in Leeds. Like all of you are great guys, and like really I can tell that like for example you with this podcast and like all this anxiety healing and stuff like that, you are really doing something special. So like I can instantly tell that you're not doing this because you want to get money out of your customers, but really because you're doing it. It's a thing that helped you, I guess. It's a thing that, and you want to help with it to other people. So like it's really from within.
Yeah, it's
like
giving, not
really,
taking.
Yeah, it's really a developing mindset, man. Yeah, really. So congratulations for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And congrats to you two guys as well. And for anybody else who's listening into this podcast and this video, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, we are mostly present on Instagram. So it's Meerkat Twins Fighting. But I think I will send you our Instagram name, so you could like tag us if you post the video or something.
Yeah, I'll link it in the notes so that people can find you. The Meerkat Twins, I like
Instagram. Instagram is the best place. Yeah, Nate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.